Hey guys, it's Graybeard Gaming. I am Graybeard. Welcome back to the One Tile Challenge on Farmlands. So, had a bit of epiphany, if you will, since episode 2, and I want to make myself different than the three guys doing this in a competitive thing. Because let's be honest, I'm competing against them, they're not competing against me. Alright, that's how I look at it. And as much fun as I'm going to have doing this, I want to win, but also I want to be different. So, what I have decided to do that's different is I am going to change my playthrough to incorporate something a little bit different. And that is, I want to do this with only used equipment. So, I have turned back on Xtreeme sales. Now, I don't know if that's actually going to, I don't have much in here now. So what that means is I'm going to have to make some money because without, money, we're going to be really struggling. But as you guys can see, I have cut grass. I'll have to pick up. I haven't cut all my grass, but yeah, I'm going to have to. I've got a bunch of grass here that's been cut, and I believe if we head over this way, obviously you guys can see this is where our oats are going to go, and we've got just this massive field here that it seems like it's just too big to be anything useful. But yeah, we are in September. And obviously I've got my canola going over here. This is going to be finished mode. And I mean, part of me wants to go one big field. Part of me wants to go two moderate sized fields. I'm more inclined to go with one big field and just call it what it's going to be and make sure that we are utilizing it as one big field. If we look at what we've got going on here, I've got this whole section that I still need to mow, and then I've got to rake the entire thing up and get it into our pit, or not our pit, but on our pole. So what does that entail if we're going to do that? Well, it means I'm going to have to sell equipment that I've purchased new. To be fair, I'm going to use this stuff this episode, and when we sleep overnight, then we're going to sell things off, and we're going to start purchasing everything we need after we sleep. We're going to sell it all off before we sleep. That's going to limit some of my abilities, I think, today. However, I'm also going to buy a third horse. Now, the reason I'm buying a third horse is I can name the horses. So we're gonna have some fun with that, and we're gonna name a horse after our founding fathers of this playthrough, Crustu, Zorch, and Rusty. Now, I will. So yeah, what we're gonna do is gonna keep cutting this grass, and then we're gonna get it all raked up, processed. However, I'll get it into I'll get it all put into the pole and get to making silage and whatnot. And then the next play is we're going to, like I said, I'm going to get this field all taken care of today, and then we're going to just get rid of all of our equipment. Everything has to come through used sales. So that could pose a really big problem in the coming months because I won't have, I can't just buy a harvester. I have to hope one shows up that I can afford. So that's going to be interesting. And the only equipment I'm going to have in the meantime is going to be the trailer, the mower, and the tractor. So yeah, everything I've got to get done, I've got to get done in the month of September, or it's not going to get done. So I'm going to have to hustle. So you guys might not see me doing a whole lot of talking, but you might see a whole lot of action. And yeah, first thing I've got to do is I've got to be able to get I've got to get this all picked up. I've got to sell enough stuff to make some money, obviously, so that I can buy a horse. I need to get $800. Yeah, so we've got work to do. I've got to be able to have enough food and water in my cow pen. Otherwise, I'm going to be in real trouble because they require food and water. Same for all my other animals that I'm going to have to feed them and water them all in this month. Otherwise, it ain't happening. And they're going to go without. I'll probably have to sell them. So yeah, anything that they run out of. And I want to try and do it all before dark. So it's going to be a long day. So I'm going to stop talking, get to work, and we're going to try and probably time lapse the majority of this and jump cut. So what we'll probably do is jump cut to when this is all cut, and we'll get it raked up. Once it's all raked, well, we'll go from there. See you guys soon. Okay guys, we have just finished raking up this field, and what a nightmare. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm just going to drive back up to the farm, drop off this implement, and I'm just going to get up to date with what we no longer need. I'm going to get it sold, and then it's just going to be out of the way. And remember, I'm giving myself the opportunity because we are going to used equipment only, but that's going to be effective at midnight. So I'm trying to get as much as I can done because I kind of made this decision on a whim and realizing what kind of corner it was going to put me into to have, you know, no equipment in the used sales available. Not just that, but also if I just sold everything, I would be kind of stuck midway, and that's a severe disadvantage. I'm already going to be disadvantaged because I am not going to take this equipment up to this up to the shop to sell it for max price. We're going to sell it straight from the farm. We're not going to repair it. We're not going to repaint it. That's just going to be kind of the punishment that I'm giving myself. And we got about 20 swath rows of grass here that we have to get collected. I did purchase a round baler in the last episode, so we're just going to use that and get it all, you know, baled up, and I'll sell that off as well. I think that's just, like I said, I think I'm going to be disadvantaged in selling it at the farmyard as opposed to taking it all in. So yeah, and I mean, as you guys can see, it's not even a long drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do a quick save, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the items I no longer need. So that is going to start with the windrow. We're going to get $1,835 back for that one. All right. We no longer need, well, we're going to get rid of these because I haven't actually had to use them for anything other than they say 0.4 hours used. I think I drove around with them on, and that considers them being used. We're going to get rid of these, and we are also going to get rid of the pallet fork. And yes, it shows that I have, you know, $8,600, but let's be honest, right now that's not going to matter. And has anyone else run into the bug with the lizard trailer? I can't seem to load anything into it, and I'm not sure why. So if you guys have noticed that, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what's going on, what I can do to fix that. Long term, I don't want it to be a problem, but if I have to, I can just use it solely as a flatbed, but it will not hold anything loose. No silage, no grain. I'm having a bug with it, and it's not just on this playthrough. I've got it on another playthrough that I have. So I'm just kind of curious if anyone else has run into that. Also, I've noticed with this tractor and this baler that it's kind of a pain in the neck. You can't have the baler running when you're driving forward, or you just sit there. Like right now, I have cruise control set and it's not doing anything. I actually have to turn the baler off when it drops a bale, start driving forward, and then turn the baler on. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I've never experienced that before with any playthrough, and perhaps it's something to do with this tractor. Because it is a mod that's not part of the DLC. I just don't know. So every time I gotta back up a little bit, and I gotta start it. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. I just don't know why it's doing that. I'm wondering if it's the weight of the bale coming out, pushing the baler down into the dirt, and it's getting stuck. So that's why I'm having to back up, but it doesn't explain why I can't back up and then drive forward. To me, I'm kind of baffled about that whole scenario. But yeah, let me know in the comments. But I'm going to go ahead and get this all baled up, and we'll cut back, talk to you guys when it's about done. So yeah, do a jump cut to them. Okay guys, as you can see, I am about done with collecting this grass, and mistakes were made. I'm gonna have to go through and get all that collected too. Not sure what I'm going to do. The universal auto load? Maybe. I don't have it currently, but I could go down and download it and get it. These guys are going to see here how bad this tractor is, and I think it's mostly a testament to how low to the ground it is. But every single bale, I have to turn the baler off, back up, and get a running start. Turn it back on. What a frickin' pain in the neck this tractor is proving to be. But we have gotten done with the baling. So what I'm going to do is sell this. Well, I'm going to empty this baler. I'm just going to empty it into the cow's trough. That'll be fine. Eat up. Come on, guys. Get some food. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and get this baler sold because that is no longer necessary on the farm. I'm only going to get 9,800 back, so I'm going to lose $3,200. Ouch. And what also stinks is I ran out of twine, so I had to go and spend $1,200 more to get this thing fully baled up, this whole field. So yeah, I'm gonna have to, it's gonna be a long day, you guys. Let's go ahead. I'm just gonna get off screen, get this collected, put it in for the cows, and fill up the thing if possible for future use as far as silage to sell. Yeah, mistakes have been made. Might have been a really bad decision to go all used equipment. But look what I found on there for used equipment is already populated is this windrow, which will double my time because it's only 2.5 meters versus the 4.3 meters that I was being able to windrow at a time. So yay me. I might buy this one just because I don't have a humongous field. It's big enough, but this one, it should do the trick. And if a nicer one comes along, then I'll definitely probably upgrade. So I am going to pick this one up. And we're going to go with the yellow and red just to be different. So yeah, look at that. Already replacing equipment. The plow, I mean, this is a cultivator. I'm not sure. I'd rather have a plow. We'll see. This might be nice too, because you can get this in as a bale trailer. Yeah, I might be able to get this as a bale trailer. It comes with a trailer hitch. So yeah, not quite there for money. So I might have to sell a load or two. So yeah, let me go ahead and get this cleaned up, and we will definitely come back and show you what we're going to do next. Okay guys, we have got to get started on plowing because that's the next piece of equipment I need to get rid of. So where did I put that plow? Oh, there it is. So yeah, we're going to do a time lapse of this. I'm going to do the oat field, and we'll do it in a time lapse so that we can see the whole thing and then get an idea. We'll finish our time lapse with the outline of our other field, and then I'll just do a jump cut to the completion of that. Let's get started. Alright guys, we have finally just about got this thing finished on plowing, and then I get to sell the plow. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I get to sell the plow. I got to get the fields limed and planted, and sell the spreader and the planter or seeder. So we're just gonna finish this up. Look at this field, it's huge. Let's get a little higher up and see what we think. Yeah, that's a big one. I don't know, I haven't really decided for sure that I'm planting wheat. It just seems like, you know, that will be the one that we can actually use, and we'll get to use it quicker because the sell period is sooner than soybeans. And I have to get rid of the seeder this month. So let's go ahead and sell the plow. Then we're going to see if there's anything we can blow the money on. I think there is. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the there it is. Let's go ahead and grab this. And we're gonna spread some lime. I don't think I have enough lime though to get the entire field. I do not. Alright, let's go ahead and get this done. And I want to show you guys something. This popped up. I could put a front loader on it, which I would like to. Front weight, yes. Might as well, because it came with it. We can even have a cab for $1,000. You guys. We don't need the cab right now. Oh, look at those front fenders. Yeah, you better believe we're going to get those things. No, we're not going to do that. Yeah, we're going to add the wheel weights. No, I don't want narrow. Don't want wide. Don't want tricycle. Okay, we can do standard with wheel weights. I think that's the way to go, you guys. I'm not going to increase the power, but I can do a front loader, but I'm not going to need that right now. I'm going to try and keep this a little less expensive. We're just going to pay for wheel weights. It's not the fastest tractor, but I don't really need it to be. I am also going to go in and purchase I'm going to get 6 bags of lime and pray to God and Sonny Jesus that's going to be enough. The only other thing I need is probably a bag of fertilizer. Alright. So now we're broke again. Really didn't have it on my bingo card to get a tractor this month, but I did it anyways. What I really need is some sort of trailer that is not bugged. Okay guys, we are basically out of money and I need to free some up, so I guess we're gonna get this water trailer sold, even though I was not going to do that yet. I wanted to fill everything, but I'm out of money. Alright, what I need is lime. And we're just going to get 2 bags. We are almost done with this, guys. Get rid of the lime spreader. Okay guys, let's sell our lime spreader here. Okay, guys, we are gonna work on seeding this and come back when things are about done. All right, guys, we are just finishing up the last bit of the big field here, and then we're gonna get this seed drill emptied out and sold. And we are not gonna have a whole lot of money to work with because I'm probably gonna lose money every single month because of our interest. But look at this. We have a nice large field and two small fields. Let's see what we can do about this. Let's go ahead, get this sold. Alright, let's see if we can't push this stuff into... Alright guys, we're gonna sleep until next month and hope that we still have money left, because I will need a trailer. So I know we discussed this at the beginning and I wanted to get through this. So we are going to go ahead and do that. So I have 4 horses. Obviously I have named the gray after myself, and we are going to go ahead and change these names here. All right, we are going to have ourselves a Rusty, and then Rusty's the Pinto. Seal Brown, we are going to rename that one. Zorch. And the final, the Palomino, you're going to name that one Crest 2. Alright. I wasn't really planning on having this many horses, but, well, now we do. Yay us. Next thing I'm going to do is, let me get this turned on. So, I've decided to change this to automatic selling because I don't have a trailer. So we're going to lose a little bit of money having someone come pick it up from us, but whatever. It's got to happen. All right. Now let's see what's for sale in the shop. I'm interested in the cultivator, but I'm more interested in this trailer. Because it's got the auto load feature that's making it much more appealing. Obviously, we're going to go with standard tires. 18,000 liters. That's actually a really good buy. Even if we wanted to increase. Interesting. So the bales auto load is a little bit more expensive, but I think it's going to be worth it. But we don't have that kind of money right now. So, how are we going to get that money? Well, it's pretty easy. We're just going to speed up our time a little bit. And as that is speeding up, I think it's going to be a good time to take some horses out. So let's get these guys all worked up. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to fast forward time just a little bit to get, not so much to get silage, but to, so I don't need to have the silage. But I want to fast forward time a little bit, see if we can't get a few things populated in the sales. Let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so nothing that we need. Fertilizer spreader, but I need something that does both fertilizer and lime. I really want to be able to afford this today, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. At least not in a timely manner. I will buy the oats because I'll need them for my horses. Well, you guys, I think we're going to call this our episode. And we will catch you guys next time in the month of November because we're going to be cutting our grass, which will be our first official harvest on something we've planted. Just checking to see if anything's spawned. And it has. We need this water tank. We're going to go ahead and purchase this. Alright, you guys, we're going to purchase this. I could increase the capacity, but yeah, I'm gonna. Alright, what else we got? Ooh, gonna need that baler. Alright guys, let's call that. We're done for this month. And we've actually rolled over into the next month because I wasn't paying attention to my time. So I'm just going to go ahead and sleep off the rest, and then we're going to call it from there. You guys have a great day. we will see you guys next time to continue in the wonderful month of November. Have a good one, guys.